Chameleon, what happened before? You guys had a technical problem? All right. No pressure. I know you're having technical issues. It's the only person who's had technical issues. So we're going to give you a huge round of applause to make you stoked. Please welcome Chameleon. You can do it. You can do it.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. I'm Pulkit. I'm from Chameleon, and I'm quite excited to tell you what we're about. So Chameleon is a platform for better user onboarding. Now, the design director at Facebook, Julie Zhu, said, nobody cares about the thing you've designed unless you can get them past the beginning. So let's see how Chameleon helps with that. We're going to go into a live demo. Let's fingers crossed. So here I'm a YouTube user. I've uploaded this really cute video. I want it to go viral. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And I'm exploring the product. And I see the video manager, and I say, OK, let me try that. So I click the video manager. And if the internet works, we will load the video manager. No, we're going to go to, oh, yeah, it's working. Slowly. So, so we basically see the video manager, and I'm still a little bit confused about what to do or where to go. And what would be great for me is to have a little bit of help when this happens. A little tip or a guide would be awesome. And so with Chameleon, you can see these. And here we are. So this is a tooltip built by Chameleon, and it asks me, do I want to take a quick tour to learn more? I click yes, let's go. And immediately, another part of the interface, the key navigation bar, is highlighted, and it tells me here's where I can see data, I can change my branding, and so immediately I'm learning something about how to use the interface. I'm like, yes, OK, let's learn more. Next. I see this hotspot. This hotspot, basically, I want to click on it, and it tells me, here is where I get the data around my video. And so, I want to try it. I click try more, and that'll load the analytics. But basically, within a few minutes, I've learned how to navigate the interface and become better at using YouTube. And this is really helpful. So why don't more companies do this? Well, this is what we've heard. We don't have time for a big user onboarding project. Or our interface keeps changing, and we don't want to keep changing our onboarding because it's expensive. Or we've tried building something, but we just don't know how good it is, or whether it's working. And what we've learned is good user onboarding is really painful to build. And that's what Chameleon is trying to solve. So Chameleon is the WYSIWYG editor for user onboarding. It doesn't require any coding, so a product manager, customer success manager, or a marketing manager can very quickly build a user onboarding experience, deploy it, and test it. So let's see how easy this is actually to do. When you add Chameleon to your website with a really simple JavaScript snippet, you see this editor on the side. And this is where you manage all of your tours, like the one that we just saw. So to create a new tour, so this is me as a YouTube administrator creating a new tour. You click Add New Tour. You can title it, and then you can select one of the steps that we offer you. For example, the lightbox. You click the lightbox, and this allows you to select any element on the page. Again, no code required. You just select an element, and it attaches a tip to that element. And then with that, you can add some copy, and you've, in a few clicks, built a tip. It's that simple and that quick. And that's great. But what else? Well, you can also create a segmentation so that only a specific group of users see this. You want to make it contextual and relevant to that group of user. So, who they are, what they've done inside of the product, or whether they've completed other tours, you can create this segmentation right here. And what's more than this is we collect all of the analytics around this. So what is working, when users are succeeding and not. And we have integrations so you can see this data, but we also give you insights and intelligence on how you should change your tours and what works for different kinds of users. So that's how we're going to change user onboarding across the web. We're coming into open beta. Trychameleon.com/launch is where you can sign up. We're looking for an engineer, and would love to take questions and feedback.
4 minutes on the clock for Q&A. Feedback for Chameleon.
What is your pricing model?
It's subscription, monthly subscriptions. It's tiered based on features and usage.
Is the tool just for first-time user experience for websites, or are you looking at doing this for apps as well?
Right now, web-based products, so websites, web applications, anything with a complex interface, that allows us to deploy quickly, and that's where we see the big pain point. A lot of real estate, and it's, it's confusing for users. So we're starting with that. We'll move to mobile once we've cracked web.
What have you seen in terms of lift, in terms of engagement, or getting people through the process? What kind of metrics have you seen?
Yeah, in our private beta, we've seen some companies with double digits growth, 30% increase in conversion, and that's one of the things that we want to offer is, help our customers design good onboarding. One of the things that we've seen is, tooltips have a bad reputation because people don't know what to do. They don't test them. They don't check the analytics on them. So our kind of proposal and proposition is that we help you build better onboarding.
Are the tags just text-based right now, or can you do multimedia elements in those as well?
You can include videos, GIFs, images. There's a bunch of other things you can actually do as well. You can link to different pages. Yeah.
Who's the person who actually purchases the product internally?
Good question. Typically, a product person, VP of product or head of product needs to sign off because we're on top of the product. But we've seen that once they've seen the tool and they're interested, often it's a customer success rep or a learning manager or somebody else who's actually using it day to day. And that's why it's designed that you don't need any developers. It's one-click integrations, you can set it up quickly, everything's inside of the editor. We're selling predominantly to product.
How do you get past, there's some designers or product people who would say that, if something isn't being used, they should just make it more intuitive.
Yes, I'm glad you asked that question.
So
it's a pet peeve.
How do you, people who have that opinion, there's a lot of them, so.
Yeah, no, and it's a very common opinion, like make your product intuitive. Just make it intuitive and it'll work. Actually, every user needs a little bit of guidance and, teaching. Now, if you make a product that's exactly the same as something else they've used previously, they'll get it. But if you're introducing anything new, if you want to change a pattern, they're already used to something and you want to change the interface, or you want to release a new feature, which you want to show them inside of the product, they need a little bit of guidance, and this is where this comes in.
Who are your competitors?
There's an incumbent competitor, WalkMe. They've been around for a while. But actually, what we're finding is that most companies don't do anything. So they're either building it in-house or trying to, or they're using videos, help sites, a lot of email. Hey, you didn't try this feature. Hey, you missed doing this. So there's a lot of that going on, and we want to bring all of that inside of the product.
Okay. Well done, Chameleon.
Okay. Thank you.